Hi, this is Brad Gustafson, the creator of the TransTrack system, and I've gotten feedback from users and pushed several updates in the last few days. So I just want to do a quick overview of what is new. First thing, this column has been added for the buyer and seller. So when you log in, you'll be able to identify who the buyer and the seller are on a transaction almost immediately. The second is when we go to the task page, click to complete. When you click on that, it automatically gives you the current date. Simply click yes, mark completed by either yourself or who the task has been assigned to. If, let's say, it was completed a couple of days earlier, but you just hadn't gotten a chance to get to it, you can click on that date and select the date that it was completed and hit yes, mark complete. It was completed by Tom Jefferson, and I'm acting as a transaction coordinator, and he called me and said, oh, I did that a couple of days ago, can you mark it complete? I click yes, completed by Tom Jefferson, and it shows right here, completed on the 24th by Tom Jefferson. Now I've also added a timestamp note field here, so I can type in Tom called me just now and asked me to mark complete. Now what will happen is when I click the save note to transaction, it disappears from here, but when I go to the transaction, you will see that there's a new field, timestamp notes, and at 10:28 today at 10:39 a.m., which is what it is right now, the note was added and the time and date were automatically inserted, and the fact that I wrote the note shows up on there as well. This is going to be replacing the notes field, which up to this point has been editable. So you can see schedule an appointment at 9:30. I can just say at 9. I can make changes to these notes, or I can hit add and say 10:28 added note and my initials. But this requires you to put the date and the time and the initials in. And so we're going to be eliminating this word note and this field. And those that are using the system, what I'll need you to do is go in and take whatever notes you have, click, left click, drag and highlight, then right click, click copy, and then put those notes in the timestamp notes, and I can hit Control V to paste. Those notes now show up there, and when I hit save notes, those notes are now saved permanently, and you'll see it's 10:40 a.m. 10:40 a.m. is when this was added, and now these notes are not editable, so they will actually be worthy of using as evidence if there's ever a court or dispute that you have to go to. You can say, here's my notes that I took contemporaneously. I wasn't able to go back and edit those notes to meet my goal or objectives. So you'll notice on the tasks, every task at the bottom, it says document steps taken in the notes section of the related transaction. So you can actually add those notes from the task, or you can add those notes from the transaction itself, and this will now be a consistent way for you to keep those notes and keep track of what's happened. The newest notes are at the top, and the older notes are at the bottom, and as you add more and more notes, you have to scroll down to see the earliest notes, but the most recent will be right there at the top. And that should do it. Those are the updates for now. One thing that you may have noticed is when I do click on I'm going to reactivate this, and when I hit click to complete, you notice the date is a pop-up. I plan on changing these fields in here where we've been having to type in those to the pop-up, so it'll be easier to add the date fields throughout the system. So keep an eye on that change coming in the near future. Anyway, thanks for using the TransTrack system, and please let anyone you know that could use it, send them to transtracksystems.com and have them sign up, and you can put them on your team if you like. Thank you so much.